So we're going to talk housing, inflation, the week ahead, and we will, yes, unfortunately, have to touch on the debate that happened Thursday night. As I indicated in the Friday financial wrap-up, I had no interest in watching it, but I would do some research after and see what happened. I think at this point, at least from my perspective, the greatest loser in the debate was actually the American public, the American voter. It is my opinion that it is a sad state of affairs that we have really the choice of two folks. Like it seems to me we are picking from the person that we like the least or dislike. It's just so the clearest loser, in my opinion, after the debate was the American public. I would think we could have better options. I would argue that if you were an enemy of America and you were watching that, which I'm sure they were, you were probably left wondering what the heck is going on. So, train wreck, in my opinion, all around. It was. That's why I don't watch debates. It was bad. That said, it was not the total cluster F that most debates are. I liked how they used the mute button. It didn't seem like people were arguing over each other, which is something I expected. It also seemed like the moderators just did their job. They didn't interject or save or do anything. So I would have never guessed. I would have lost a lot of money. If the highlight of the event was the moderators and the format. So what do I know? But anyways, that's enough about Thursday's disaster. I won't be talking about it again. Let's get into what you and I care about, what you and I need to do to build wealth and move forward. Let's talk about inflation. We got the PCE reading Friday morning. It came in as expected. Both core and headline PCE ticked down slightly. Both moved from 2.7 to 2.6. So at the end of the day, when we look back at, what would that be, May data for inflation, they're all heading the right direction. CPI, PPI, and PCE. Again, not low enough to really seriously think about cutting in July. I think that is a farce. I think a rate cut in July is not likely. You could argue that September is still possible, although if you watch this channel, you know my opinion is we're going post-election with a 50 basis point cut in November. So more on that later. I don't know if you saw this, but Nike had a disaster of an earnings announcements. They actually expected sales to drop 10%. Wow. 10%. Highlighted some specific weakness in China. Not a good look for the folks over there at Nike. Got a quote from Jaspreet Singh. Jaspreet Singh has been on the channel, somebody I watch. I thought this was very good. I follow him on X or Twitter. Jaspreet said, "The days of saving your way to wealth are long gone. Buy assets, dodge liabilities, and stack cash flow." Folks, the wealth formula is remarkably simple. Step one, you have to create disposable or discretionary income. Not only do you have to create it, you have to grow it. In step one, your job is to create little seeds that you can plant with assets, and then over time, those assets grow. And if you do it for a decade, your chances of being wealthy are really, really good. It is that simple. Stop YOLOing, stop using credit cards with 20% interest rates and all of that. The wealth formula is simple. You can either play the game or hate the game. If you're just out there raging against the machine, you're going to lose. It's fruitless effort. Just understand the game and play it to the best of your ability. Let's talk about some housing stuff because I got a lot of housing data this Sunday morning. We got Bank of America. Bank of America is out highlighting that the U.S. housing market is likely stuck until at least 2026. There was an article about a month ago. They were talking 2025. They've now extended that to 2026. And just in case you're wondering, prices to stay high or go higher. Folks, I've brought to you for a year now that we are in a transaction depression. The housing market transactions, existing home sales, are going to be right around 4 million to 4.2 for the foreseeable future. The 54-year spreadsheet gave us the answer. It gave us the answer. A lot of you argued and said this time is different and blah, blah, blah. It's not. I'm sorry. It's just where we are. It could be years. It might be 2028 until the market heals itself. The move-up buyer is stuck. A lot of people couldn't afford to buy their home today that they already bought, given today's interest rates. It's just going to be a market that is stuck. We are now starting to see markets that have real chances of corrections or crashes. Parcel Labs, shout out Resi Club, Lance Lambert for putting this together. Parcel Labs have identified 15 housing markets at risk of a correction. Drum roll, please. 13 of the 15 are in Florida, and the other 2 are right around the Panhandle. So again, it is clear where a lot of the pain is building. You're seeing the inventory and insurance. There's a lot of drama going on in Florida and the Panhandle. So again, 13 of the 15 markets are in Florida. Jay Parsons put out probably the most important tweet I saw all weekend. Jay Parsons has collected data from 2015 to 2023, so an 8-year period. Did you know, and I did not know, that the U.S. has added 4 times as many homeowners as renters? Folks, that is important because, again, if you look at the home ownership rate, which is roughly 63%, which means 37% renters, the traditional average is 2/3. Now we're talking 4x. 4x as many homeowners as renters, which means we have millions of former rentals becoming owner-occupant. And in our short story, Olivia and I's short story, we sold 2 residential properties in the last 4 years. Yeah, 2 residential properties the last 4 years. Both of those went to FHA owner-occ home buyer. So again, former rentals turning into owner-occ at a 4 times ratio. And why is this important? Because this is the first data that I trust that shows that this notion of renter nation is false. It's just false. Now, of course, we do need to step on the gas and build more smaller homes, right? The home builders, as we talked about for a long time, need to do their job, their share. But again, we are not just by default on this path to renter nation. As I've said many times, renter nation would be a disaster and something I would not be looking forward to. Shout out Mike Simonson and the team at Altos Research. They did it once again. Remember that interview that Mike and I had? It was a lot of fun. And it looks like what I discussed in that video may be happening already. The coming soon, right? This is something agents do when they're getting a listing. The coming soon flag or tracker or whatever variable is declining significantly in the MLS. And again, remember, Altos Research keys on active listings. That's their unique secret sauce. So what we're seeing is homeowners are breaking lower. They are deciding not to list. We've left the spring selling season. We're in the summer doldrums. We have a presidential election. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. It's just like, it's too hard. I'll wait for next year. That's what I think is going on. So it'll be very interesting. I think there's a good chance that inventory rolls over, right? For this year, I believe it is still true that we have built inventory, active listings, every week, every single week. I suspect as we get into July and probably August, you're going to see that reverse. Why? Less listings, more cancellations, more expired. Folks, I don't know if you've looked at your MLS. I look at my MLS almost every day. There's still a lot of wish pricing. We still have a lot of people with active listings that are, for the most part, dead. Nobody's seeing them. They're not interested. They'll sell if they get their number, but they are not really motivated to sell. Those will become expireds or withdrawn in the near future. Did you know, this is important, again, shout out Lance, we have had roughly 7% mortgage rates for 21 months. I actually had no idea it was that long. I thought it was 15 or 16 months. It's about a half year longer. Why is that important to understand? Folks, consumers like deals. Consumers like deals. So when, and I think it will happen, the question is when, mortgage rates dip below 7 and then head to below 6.7, it is going to bring on the buyers. That's what I believe. The marginal demand will be unlocked when we get below 6.7%. Not below 7. I do believe we're going to need to meaningfully go below 7 and hit 6.7%. A couple of quick things. I don't know if you guys noticed, but thank you very much. One rental at a time. This channel right here hit 60,000 subs yesterday morning. We hit 60,000 subs. I want to thank you very much. I also want to tell you that I'm going to go live on YouTube at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. today. We're going to do a 60-minute lesson learned. We're going to talk about one rental at a time, the journey. You can ask me any and all questions. I'm, of course, an open book. If you want to talk about real estate, the economy, you want to talk about growing a YouTube channel, you want to talk about growing fast versus impact, you want to talk about multiple income streams, whatever you want to talk about, 9 a.m., so roughly, 80, 90 minutes from now, I will be going live here on YouTube, so we'll see you there. Also, again, if you follow the channel, you know that I have a marathon coming up in early November. We're 18 weeks out from my marathon, so you're going to see me get more serious about my training going forward. So a lot of fun there. All right, last thing we're going to talk about is the week ahead. It is obviously a shortened week with the July 4th holiday. Monday, we will get ISM manufacturing, what is going on in the manufacturing segment of our economy. Tuesday, we will get the JOLTS report. Again, job openings. I think last month we were down to 8.4 million. I think we peaked at over 11. Is that still going down? We'll get auto sales. I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a hack of the auto system last month. So we're just going to see how much auto sales were hit by that. We do have a Jerome Powell speech on Tuesday, which can absolutely be market moving. Wednesday, we will get the ADP jobs numbers. We will also get the jobless claims on Wednesday, which usually comes out on Thursday. We'll get that on Wednesday. We will get ISM services. So again, we get manufacturing on Monday. We'll get services on Wednesday. And also we will get the Fed minutes. The Fed minutes, again, is basically 6 weeks after their meeting. We'll get to see what they were really talking about. Again, how many people talked about going higher, who talked about nothing until 2025. I do think there will be some things in there. Thursday, July 4th, holiday, but a very important day for this channel. I am going to be releasing episode 1 of Buying Vegas. We now have 4 episodes recorded and complete. We are going to release episode 1 July 4th, 6 a.m. That way the folks on the East Coast can watch it perhaps before they head off. This has taken a lot of work, a lot of money. I want to highlight Heartfelt Productions. I want to highlight TYLG, both of them for doing the heavy lifting. Also want to shout out Olivia for being a good sport and really being the star of the show, in my opinion. Let me know what you think on July 4th. And then Friday, folks, we get the jobs number. That is absolutely the most important number of the week. What is going on with jobs? Expectation is 195. Remember, last month we got a big beat, which again was not really a big beat. We got 272, but again, we lost full-time employees. We got part-time. The unemployment rate is expected to stay at 4%. Again, we ticked up to 4% last time. A couple of more things. We got Craig. Craig, thank you very much. Here is your black card. Craig, sorry, buddy. I think you sent me this note last week or the week before while I was traveling. I should have sent it out earlier. My mistake, but it is going out today. And then finally, folks, we're doing stuff in school. You know that school's important to me. We're trying to do something different. The next thing I do at 8 a.m. Pacific, I will be going inside school for a live Q&A. We can talk about real estate, levering up, management, whatever you want. I will be in school. Then tomorrow, Frank, Old Guy REI, will be hosting the first accountability group. I think accountability group is important. It's happening, I think, at 6 p.m., might be 5 p.m. But again, it's already scheduled and in school. And today, we are announcing something on Tuesday. Tuesday, the one and only financial firefighter, Mark, and I will be talking. And we will be talking about out-of-state investing. Maybe we'll talk about YouTube, whatever you guys want. Again, the school community is something that is important to me. It is a unique place where we are adding education. If you want to know about Buy Box, there's a 90-minute deep dive. You want to know about creative financing? There's a 6-hour masterclass. You want me to hand-hold you? I gave you my 10-week boot camp for free, let alone my desire to get you expert commentary every single week, live Q&As and the like. You need to join school. If you're serious about real estate investing, you need to join school. It's $20 a month. It's crazy that I keep these prices here, but you know, it's what I want to do. I know it's a price point everyone can afford, and you're going to get to talk to millionaires, interact, ask questions, and get the replays. I know that I choose to do a lot of these sessions in the morning, and a lot of you can't make them. I understand, but they are recorded, so you can go back and watch them. Also, something if you don't know, you can direct message me in school with your questions. Folks, the calendar function is right there. If you want to send me questions ahead of time, no problem. I will make sure they get answered. At the end of the day, folks, thank you very much for 60,000. I will be back on YouTube at about 9 a.m. Pacific just to celebrate where we are. I have no idea how long that will go. We will be inside school momentarily. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.